going to discuss the contradictions in the article written by Ajit Vadakayil about Sikhism. We have already made 4 videos on it and have written articles on our blog. You can check it out. We are still in progress to write more on it. The first and foremost lie in the whole article is that Sikhism did not exist till 1699. And he mentioned that in his article like not once, twice. What is this? Okay, well, these losers saved your 30,000 women in one go who were taken by the Afghans to sell in the brothels of Ghazni. So we were saying not once but 6 times. It might be more, who cares? I just want to say the contradiction thing. But when it comes to the Khalsa Panth, back in 1699, Ajit Vadakayil forgot everything that he wrote. And the fuzziness because of the cannabis got cleared out and he changed the words here. He wrote that Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked the head of a Sikh. Well, the Sikhs did not exist before 1699, right? How could have Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked the head of a Sikh? Or they existed and you lied? Well, that is something that people can decide. He even said that Guru Gobind Singh Ji started the Khalsa Panth, Khalsa initiates. Was it the Khalsa Panth or Sikhism which was started in 1699? Well. The battles of Sikhs, he mentioned them Hindus by the way, were just to protect the motherland, which he happened to say India, from the Muslims. He goes to such an extent and said that Sikhism was created to spill the blood of Muslims. That much of hatred can be found if you are a lunatic or you have been completely brainwashed by a group of people known as internet terrorists who write to spread hatred among the masses to degrade a specific country or religion. Not once, but 3 times. And I definitely have missed some other verses. And that is only from this one article. Thank God. There are sane people out there who are not getting affected by the garbage posts of this dum-dum. Wait, I said God? Did it make me a Christian now? Damn, I did not think. Let's think for a second that it is true that Sikhism was created for that purpose. Again, when the headache from the drugs he smoked did not pain more, he said that Bahadur Shah, a Mughal, a Muslim, was once a friend of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Well, how is that possible, dilettante? Oh yes, I remember. That is possible because the Sikh Gurus did not hate anyone because of their religion or country. And he said himself when his brain started working again. For them, everyone had a divine light inside them. But fighting against injustice was also needed. I like this thing so much in Sikhism. Never taught to hate someone because of their creed or color or country. Singhs often said it, and I wrote it many times, that Sikhs don't hate any religion or country. Sikhs are against 2 things, superstitions and injustice. Next is the part of William Hodgson that Vadakayil never knew of, but just the name. A picture here claims to be the Sikhs praising William Hodgson, whose life can be read in a book named 12 Years of a Soldier's Life in India. It is a book which has the letters sent by Hodgson to his family, including his brother, sister, father, and all the events that he witnessed and the killing of the sons of Mughal king too. Not good if you are thinking that it will show all the beautiful things that he might have seen in India. No. Well, that will be a long book for you guys. Most of you are just people who wander on the blogs to get the information. Not more of an avid reader who reads books and blogs and watch videos before making up their minds. Anyways, this is actually a part that I want to talk about. It somehow got missed in the first few videos that I made because I was not paying much attention to every tiny detail. Before posting this image, he mentioned that the Sikhs were wearing coveted red turbans. But by looking at the picture, I don't see the coveted red turbans. There is something fishy. Heard of scotomization? No? Well, you might have heard this dialogue in Da Vinci Code. Mind sees what it chooses to see. You have already been brainwashed, so you guys might have missed it. I just need to click on the picture and there is a line below. A scene in the Indian Mutiny, 1857. If you look behind the three main people, you will see a man on the horse, another one with a gun, and then another one with a sword, and the men lying on the ground. So this is not to picturize the Sikhs praising William Hodgson, but just to show a scene from 1857. More on this can be the swords lying down, and then the men who are on their knees are not actually praising but begging, as if surrendering. And the guy who is looking at Hudson is happened to wear a uniform of the soldiers. If the Sikhs did not stand with the brothers, then why are they wearing the uniform? Makes no sense. Vadakayil smoked something very strong this time. According to this article, Baba Banda Singh Bahadur met Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1696 near Hardwar, and they formed a mutual admiration society. Later in 1708, A.V., short for Ajit Vadakayil, gave the account of a diary which said that Madhav asked who Guru Gobind Singh was. Well, he had met Guru Gobind Singh Ji back in 1696. How he forgot it? He happened to be a tantric with all the powers to do and know everything, but he forgot. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked, think who he was, then Baba Banda Singh Bahadur said Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Earlier, A.V. mentioned that Guru Gobind Singh took the name of Singh in 1699. If Madhav met Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1696, then the name of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was Guru Gobind Rai. In 1708, Madhav was meeting Guruji the second time. How he happened to know that his name changed to Gobind Singh from Gobind Rai? We are talking about a tantric. If some of you think it is because he had powers, then why he did not know it at the first place? Damn, makes no sense to me. Here is another one possible explanation to this. If I consider this article the base of my examination, and that is that Banda Singh Bahadur met Guru Gobind Singh Ji the first time in 1708. Guru Gobind Singh Ji happened to go to meet Madhav Das personally. On the other hand, A.V. wrote that Guru Gobind Singh Ji was on a run and a man named Sadhu Narayana told him about a tantric named Madhav Das. Earlier passage showed the name was Lakshman Dev before he was a tantric. The incident of meeting him with Guru Gobind Singh Ji was in 1696. That was before Madhav Das was a tantric. So his name should be Lakshman Dev. The sadhu said the name was Madhav Das. Did there any other talk between them that made Guru Gobind Singh Ji sure that it was actually Lakshman Dev? Just saying this because people like A.V. considered the Sikh Gurus merely ordinary human beings with no powers. While talking the battles of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, A.V. lacked the imagination to write it precisely. He used the words compound interest and bold policy. Later, A.V.'s woolly writing made another contradiction. From being a bold warrior to go and kill at the front line of battle, he showed Baba Banda Singh Bahadur hiding in the trees. And then later, this dialogue. Anyways, you might say it is a tact. I know this is a tact. Then there wouldn't have been the words like compound interest. As I recall that the Sikhism was created to kill Muslims according to this idiot with one-digit IQ, and he elaborated it in the battles of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. AV mentioned some names which are according to history and what was done to those who were the executioners. Somehow, he forgot to talk about Satyanand, a Hindu, and his role in the incident of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's sons bricked alive. But later, it comes to a Hindu king with the name of Ajmer Chand. He fought with Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. If it comes to some Hindu kings supporting the Mughals, it becomes the smudged history. AV writing it, a Hindu king is fighting a Hindu, according to him, which is wrong as Baba Banda Singh Bahadur took Amrit, is a good thing. But if a Hindu king is fighting against a Sikh, then it is wrong. A Rothschild's game it is. Wake up, people. You have been filled with so much hatred that you can't understand it right now. And when you got everything right, you might have lost everything. Just to let you guys know, the king that AV mentioned here, Ajmer Chand, ruler of Kahlur, his father was Bhim Chand, who fought against Guru Gobind Singh Ji. From this very knowledgeable article, I got to know that Ajmer Chand was killed by Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. Otherwise, I was thinking that Baba Banda Singh Bahadur was martyred in 1716 and Ajmer Chand died in 1738. A gap of 22 years. Makes sense to me. The conversation that Baba Banda Singh Bahadur had with Guru Gobind Singh Ji was of avenging the young sons who were bricked alive. AV wrote it clearly. Later, when the effect of some high drug showed its effect, he changed it to establish the khalsa. In the battles of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur and the Sikh Gurus, the Muslims were invaders and they should be killed at any cost. But while talking about 1857, they were brothers. Why is that? Because the Sikhs were not there? If Sikhs were there, then tell them to hate Muslims. If the Sikhs are not there and the Muslims are helping in a cause, they are good. If they are not in your cause, they are bad. Stop hating people. People, you are not going to get anything by hating Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims, Christians, etc. AV believes that Guru Granth Sahib was the Guru of Sikhs was said by the Rothschild. He gave an example of Prophet Muhammad too and compared both the incidents that how they both were same. Among the incidents of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, he said Mata Sundar Kaur Ji told Baba Banda Singh that he was not believing in Granth Sahib. It is back around 1715, I guess. If this idea was injected by the British with their historians that he will talk about later, will resume the talk there about them or the Rothschild, then why Mata Sundar Kaur Ji said it? The Sikhs were divided into two parts. One the Bandhi Sikhs and the other was Tat Khalsa. The British fear was that the valor of Sikhs is because of Hindus. It is going to come later, but let's just say this. Baba Banda Singh Bahadur's army was weakened when the Sikhs left him, when he started calling himself the Guru of Sikhs in Amritsar. Well, that is history. We are not going to talk it here as we are just finding the contradictions. We'll write it in detail in the article. The warrior class of Hindus did not have the strength then? Don't want to offend anyone, just reading what he has penned down. How the Sikh strength was because of Hindus then? The buffoon wrote that Mata Sundari ji wrote a hukamnama against Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. On the other hand, he denied that such hukamnama existed. This is not a contradiction, but just want to say that he wrote the name of few historians who talked in length about the Sikhism and the Sikh history. But when it comes to Hinduism, he said they knew nothing. If a scholar is talking against the other religion, it is fine. If he is against my religion, that is not fine. Well. An Unmarriage Act was drafted by Rothschild in 1855 or by Rupandaman Singh in 1908. Campbell wrote a book talking about the different groups of mystics in India. He also mentioned Sikhism in that, but the line that is quoted by A.V. does not exist in the book Mystics, Ascetics and Saints of India. That is a different topic of his fallacies while writing this article. We'll mention this in detail on the blog. If we go with the flow of A.V.'s writing, let's say that Sikhism sprang out of Hinduism. A.V. feels good with that. On the other hand, someone claiming its resemblance with Mohammedanism, it pains him greatly. He does not want it to look like Islam but Hinduism. And guess what? Both are wrong. The first draft, if we believe the words of A.V., of an Unmarriage Act was introduced in 1855. That is contradictory, as we got to know. That means whoever drafted it knew or somehow believed that the Sikhs were different than Hindus, as a Hindu Marriage Act was also available. So back in 1855, someone declared that Sikhism was a different religion. If it is true, then why was it the first time in 1871 again, after the first War of Independence in 1857? If it was the reward of siding with the British in 1857, then how it was in 1855 in Rawalpindi, 2 years before the first War of Independence? Now comes the manipulation of Gurbani for his own benefits. Actually, he wrote about Japji Sahib too and made a note that how the earth is on the head of Shivji. Knowledgeable part, fellas. A.V. claimed that Guru Gobind Singh Ji worshipped a Hindu deity Durga on Hemkund Sahib. On the other hand, he said the poison was injected by the British or Rothschild to change the texts of Sikhs. Then what is the proof that the Guru Sahib worshipped a Hindu god? Well, that question is for the followers of AV Club with tiny brains. But just to clear here, if I clouded your thoughts, the verses of Guru Sahib meditating on Hemkund Sahib is actually the Bani of Dasam Guru Granth Sahib, and it is written by Guru Sahib. Doesn't matter what the double agents say, but Guru Sahib did not worship a tiny god of a sect. We have already written a long article on our blog. You can check it out. We'll make a video too in future. I also want to point out that AV could not digest the English talking about Sikhism in a better way, so he rejected all their books. I'm not saying that they wrote everything perfectly or according to Sikhism. No. But let's say that if their writings are to poison the Sikh minds or literature, then Cunningham wrote the book A History of Sikhs from the Origin of Nation to the Battles of Satluj, which according to this dumbhead was written to please Sikhs. Well, I can bet that he did not even read it. Just Google the books written by the English about Sikhs and got the image. Actually, I really want to stick to the point that these scholars were nothing, just said. Then why he, means Cunningham, wrote in his book that Guru Sahib worshipped a deity? Does it mean that AV is saying Cunningham wrote something correctly? Or is it a mere projection of the stupidity of both the men on this matter, especially the interpretation? It is so confusing to read his articles, with all the capital letters and highlighted words. Damn. Anyways, when next day AV smoked some high quality drug, he mentioned the idols which were supposed to be present in Harmandir Sahib were thrown out by the Sikhs in 1906. Earlier, when he was on some other drug, the year changed to 1905. Tat Khalsa Singh Sabha was established by the Sikhs, but the British revived it. Later in the evening, when he continued his post, he said Tat Khalsa Singh Sabha was conceived with the help of the British. Most of the readers of AV's posts are not like to read history but his bogus posts to convince that someone is trying to destroy their religion, country, etc. We'll talk this at the end. But just a little piece of history. Singh Sabha movements were started to take back the control of the Gurdwaras from the British. There was blood and eventually Sikhs got the control back. It is very tiring to speak about all the contradictions, and I'm sure as hell that I will miss many of them. Just in this one article, these many contradictions. Wondering how many of them would be there in the rest of his articles that he has been writing since 2009. Anyways, AV said that the Khalsa Panth was not on the basis of a birth, means anyone can join. On the other hand, when it comes to Hinduism, it is to be by birth. As he mentioned about the Sikh gurus, he forgets easily. I firmly believe in that he is suffering from schizophrenia and amnesia. One sect is based on birth and other is not. Why should that be? Because of the high dosage of some illegal drug, AV said the distance between Hindus and Sikhs were created after the Operation Blue Star. Few hours back of his writing, when he was on a different drug, touching some other dimensions, he wrote it was done by Cunningham in his book back in 1849. Well, he also wrote the distance between the two groups were in 1717 at the time of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. Dum Dum says that the Panch Pyaris were all Hindu. Just think, I am a reader who's going through his article and I believe that they are all Hindus. Then about this, Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked a head of a Sikh if they were Hindus, why they gave head. Guru Sahib did not ask the head of a Hindu, did he? Which part is correct? Guru Sahib asked the head of a Sikh or they were all Hindus. I need to get a break to clear all this nonsense from my head. Wish people wouldn't be smoking pots before writing blogs. Halfway wrote, Mata Sundari ji said that Baba Banda Singh Bahadur was not following Guru Granth Sahib. After the afternoon nap, AV continued the post and said the words were never uttered by Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and it all was to cut the chance of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur to become the next Sikh Guru. If Mata Sundari Ji said that he was not following the Granth Sahib, then how could it be to cut the chances of his to become the Guru? It was already decided, no? Well, what I found, another hilarious line. Internet in 1984 and Sikhs writing on the internet. Well. Dumbo continued with the names of the wives of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and how they all were different, not one. He talked about the books like Mahan Kosh, Twarikh Guru Khalsa, etc. First of all, Mahan Kosh was written by Bhai Khan Singh Nabha, and even he mentioned it clearly. According to Dum Dum, he was a stooge of the British. And then why is our Dum Dum relying on a source which was written by someone on the side of the British or Rothschild. Damn man! And most importantly, when AV used his brain last time? Or did he ever use his brain? I mean, ever? Well, he wrote the name of Paikan Singh Nabha and Gyanidit Singh. Both were the scholars who broke the very backbone of the claims of those like AV who said Sikhs were Hindus or Sikh Gurus were Hindus. At that time, Arya Samaj was at the top to attract the crowd with their false propaganda, to merge Sikhism into Hinduism. They even said that they will make Guru Granth Sahib Ji the fifth Ved. Lol. The details will be coming up in the article. Just wait. I am busy in other activities. That is why I didn't get the time to write the next part. I'm really getting bored now, so I should stop it. But really want to say at the end that all the people like AV who are trying to change the history of Hinduism by explaining how the verses were removed and altered are doing it just to revive the religion. Because in the 21st century, nobody is going to believe in the worshipping of private parts of gods or any superstitious rituals. So it has become critical to attract the masses by giving them new definitions which are according to the mindset of people in this century. They won't be talking about the thousands of girls of a god because the people have a word for that. So it is easy to say it never happened or it is just a misinterpretation by the people. Like 33 million gods have changed to 33 types. It is necessary, otherwise the value of the culture will be lost. And many of the people who go to AV's blog are those who are literally finding a reason to blame something or someone which is wrong according to their conscience. It can be a ritual in their religion, government in their country, and culture. Take any example that he says is not according to the original text of the religion. You are finding a way to run away from this because it will be very humiliating to talk to someone who is making fun of your religion. So many people, mainly Hindus, no offense, find it very convincing because it gives them a satisfaction by throwing away the original rituals of their ancestors and adopt the new ones. Now the private parts have become energy, watering the sun has become something related to concentration, gods roaming with thousands of girls were never the part of the history, men doing sinful acts are told to be not from their religion or never existed, like Gangu and Chandu. Not blaming the whole race, by the way, but the people. Interpretation of other religious texts with their own beliefs, etc. It is just what I think, so hold your horses. I think I have covered up all the contradictions that I thought they were there. If I missed some of the contradictions, I will write on the blog.